To hear the early pitch for artificial intelligence, you'd think we were on the verge of a post-scarcity utopia. Leading engineers told us this technology would cure cancer, solve the global energy crisis, and deliver a 4-day workweek for everyone. Sam Altman and the executives at OpenAI spent years selling investors and the public on this exact vision of human abundance. But instead of medical breakthroughs or infinite clean energy, we got an app that burns through millions of dollars to generate disposable internet videos. We are dedicating staggering amounts of computational power and raw investor capital to tasks with almost zero tangible value to society. Some of the most highly compensated engineers on the planet spent months of their lives building software that can render highly realistic, completely fake videos of a human sucking on a ketchup dispenser. The grand promise to elevate the human condition has been downgraded to an incredibly resource-intensive gimmick. The launch of OpenAI's video generator, Sora, was largely a reaction. When Meta announced their own video tools, OpenAI scrambled, rushing a half-baked app to market just 5 days later to stay relevant. Instead of releasing a stable product, they locked the app behind exclusive invite codes, claiming they needed to test for safety. Simultaneously, they were heavily advertising it on the App Store to manufacture hype. This artificial scarcity created a bizarre secondary market. They gave early access and a handful of invite codes to their highest-paying super users, effectively turning them into digital dealers, selling access codes to desperate consumers on Reddit and Twitter. By prioritizing manufactured hype and exclusivity over actual utility, they set themselves up for a massive, inevitable crash in user interest. This crash is driven by something called AI tourism. A user downloads the app, types in a prompt for a cat in a spacesuit, gets a quick hit of dopamine, and then realizes the second video just isn't that interesting. When people actually tried to use the tool for practical projects, reality set in. Users found themselves waiting minutes for videos that completely ignored their prompts, or struggled with characters that entirely changed appearance from one scene to the next. This line graph tracks the initial hype cycle, showing a massive spike to 3.3 million downloads right out of the gate. But look what happens next. The line plunges. By day 30, 99% of those users had abandoned the platform entirely. Which brings us to the brutal math operating behind the scenes. Running this infrastructure was reportedly burning through $15 million a day. Across its entire lifespan, the app only generated about $2 million in total revenue. A business model that loses $14.5 million every 24 hours quickly shatters the illusion of a brilliant, world-saving technology. Developers built a multi-million-dollar daily furnace for an audience that vanished the moment the novelty wore off. So if the users aren't paying for it, who exactly is supplying the cash to keep this daily bonfire lit? Right now, that money is being quietly drained from Wall Street hype cycles, massive venture capital investments, and institutional funds holding regular people's pensions. The cost extends beyond Wall Street. Computing endless streams of generated content requires immense physical infrastructure, filling massive data centers with rows of power-hungry servers. These sprawling data centers place an enormous, constant strain on local electrical grids that have been under-maintained for decades, resulting in rolling blackouts. To attract these centers, many states offer massive corporate tax breaks, which reduces the public budget and forces states to raise property taxes on local residents to fill the hole. Simultaneously, the cost of upgrading the grid to support these AI projects is often passed to residential consumers rather than the tech giants, leaving some families with monthly electric bills as high as $985. It is the classic corporate playbook: privatize the potential profits and socialize the massive physical costs. Now, reality has caught up. OpenAI is officially shutting down the Sora video platform just 6 months after launching it. The ripple effects are hitting the broader industry. When Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella announced an enormous jump in capital spending to fund more AI infrastructure, the company's market cap tumbled by $360 billion in a single day. Investors are losing their patience, leading to the desperate irony of tech CEOs publicly pleading with people to stop referring to their multi-billion-dollar resource-draining outputs as slop. We traded the promised cure for cancer for a 30-day dopamine hit. It enriched a handful of tech billionaires, while the rest of us are left to pay the electric bill. I refuse to call this dystopia innovation.